Welcome to the CSM365 breakdown.
Now the background.
All right, and welcome back. Welcome back to the CSM365 Monday Night Football Blitz Breakdown Review. It's the Week 4 finale. We had a Monday Night Football double hitter. So we're back to break down and review the action from tonight. Just the first part of Week 4 finale. I'm talking about what did we learn tonight? And Cincinnati sucks. I'm gonna just keep it real. They suck. If you don't believe me, I mean, heck, they didn't. What did they do tonight? I mean, honestly, what did they do tonight? Let's take a note. I didn't see anything from the Bengals tonight. So, Clutch fam, strap in. Welcome back to the CSM 365, the Blitz review. I'm Jay's Perspective, and tonight we had two Monday Night Football games to unpack. That's right. The football gods blessed us with one that actually turned interesting, barring the injury to Tyreek. The other one was just a one-sided game that just turned to be horribly wrong for one team in general. And we're talking about Cincinnati. Didn't have a clue what to do in this one. So with week 4 ending, we definitely have to touch on the Tyreek Hill situation because he would be carted to the hospital. So let me get to my screen because I had Shefty cranked up already. A little more like rappy, the rapping part, guys. There it is, right here, guys. Oh, wait a minute. My dog Perna was. I know my dog Perna happy to see his team won, but all right. So let's see. Here we go. All right, just making sure I pull up the making sure I got it up there. I'm trying to see something. Okay, now, guys. Guys. The first game, New York Jets 0-3, visiting the Miami Dolphins 0-3. Both teams still searching for their first win. Wait, I have the button for that, right? We have a button for that, right? Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't good. Now, the final score, Dolphins win big 27-21 over the Jets. I wouldn't call it big, but they get the win. Miami forced 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles by the Jets. Quarterback fails that shifted the momentum in this game. However, we all know penalties and takeaways what they do. They shift the game, they turn the game over, and that exactly is what happens. So definitely wait, that's the start from the game. Okay. The Jets did come back late in this game, and let me just give just the 2 point conversion. And to get there, the final. Now here is Aaron Glenn speaking on. Mm, and that's the reason why they had him strapped with the GoPro cam in training camp to make sure that he could see as he would be making these decisions what he would see, and they could go over the tape with him, and that way it would make it better. But ultimately, in the end, he would be just break out running. Now, turning the ball over, we all know fumbling kills your drive, and yes, it killed the drive. However, here's Justin Fields speaking on. I mean, it's a quick soundbite. Mm. Now get back to work so they can eliminate the turnovers. We'll get to that on Patriot Blitz. Don't even worry about that. That's all coming on the Patriot Blitz. Um, Tight end Darren Waller made a statement in his return: two touchdowns, three receptions for 27 yards. The Jets had explosive momentum. Explosive moments. A 47-yard run by Justin Fields. Um, but the miscues and listen, it's nice to get back in the game, especially the way that game was going. But you cannot shoot yourself in the foot and then expect to win the game. Like that doesn't work that way, guys. It just doesn't go that way. I'm sorry that the Jets come up on the short end of the stick, but let's get to the game. For first half, defense set the tone early. Jets tried pushing, but um, Florida's Heat and Miami's D made life messy. Just before half, Miami capitalized on a turnover and to extend the drive and get points. The second half, Miami continued to press. The Jets had their bursts. It was that Fields run, but it couldn't convert in any critical spots. So I mean, outside of let me get to outside of the 47-yard run, what else did the Jets do in the beginning? Because right here is it. Here, the turnover right here. Miami's defense was out there getting after them buzz tonight. I was shocked at the defense, but again, when I started this pod off, it was letting you know that what both teams come in 0-3. That doesn't mean that they're not good, somewhat. However, it means that they just on the losing side. There's only three teams that have they'll all winless in the league anyway. However, here we go. Mm, that was the second takeaway of the game right there. Miami took the ball away, and that was, I mean, we'll get to this. We'll get to that one in a second. That game, y'all was with me on that game. This Tyreek Hill leaving, but here it is. You know, all right, Justin Fields' 43-yard touchdown run right here. It's a good touchdown run. All right. It's one of those clutch moments. All right. We're gonna call it one of those clutch moments. And, mm, mm. Right there. That right there was what the Jets relied on to get back in the game, and it worked. It worked. Miami showed toughness. They didn't dominate, but they made big plays when it mattered because for the last few weeks, the Dolphins have been allowing those big plays to be made upon them, henceforth, them becoming the victims of the big plays that they allowed to happen to them. So that's why. Oh wait, y'all didn't even get. Hold on, here it goes. Sorry, put it on the screen. But this is why the Dolphins henceforth become sort of critical tonight because they had the turnover margin. They didn't turn the ball over. Henceforth, they took the ball away. The Jets' explosive tools. Sure, they had some. Sure, they had some. Like the 43-yard right, the touchdown one right there. Matter of fact, look, guys, because I didn't have it on the screen. Pardon me, everybody. Justin Fields, 43-yard
They
house
get to
call.
the edge. The edge is taken
Looks
away,
like
and
it's
now
going
Fields
nowhere.
reverses field, and he's
It
got plenty of
reverses
room.
Fields.
Justin Fields
It reverses
sprinting,
Fields.
makes a cut, another cut, all the way to the end
And there it is.
zone.
Touchdown.
Holy smokes, cheat code
Immediately,
stuff
they
right there.
pass.
43
Immediately,
yards on a 4th and 1.
right
Desperately
to.
needed play.
What did Tanner Engstrand tell us? What did he tell us when he was on
Defensive
the
coordinator.
sidelines and this young man
Oh
was in
boy, look
Chicago?
at you on
He said,
camera.
we can't tackle him.
Damn,
That play
who did
call
you
looked dead
put
in the
that
water.
in
We were ready
front?
to start breaking
What
this
did they
down
do?
going, this is a
That
bad
in
call.
front.
How about you just run the football? They've got him pulled up, and he just says, guess what? I'm just going to do what I do now. The unscouted look, the unscouted play design, that's incredible.
That's an
That's
incredible, incredible play by.
and that's the
In the first half.
that is the explosive plays. However, guys, guess what? If they don't clean the fumbles and penalties, this is why they're 0-4. 0-4 is right there. And this is why you had a game where you almost had Tampa. What happened with Tampa? Huh? What happened in Tampa? Yes, it was a close game, but I mean, at the end, what are we talking? See, that's what I'm saying. So, in this right here, this is horrible. Has a dislocated his knee and is being taken to the low. Ooh, that right there. Swing. I mean, look, Darren Waller came in and he was already in and he just went ballistic on him. So, brings me to my next point. Waller return gives Miami another weapon. If they keep protecting the ball, they've got a shot. This is, I mean, if you've seen a team that gets a W and it looks like, okay, they've done it. This is them. This is like what the Chiefs are doing. When the Chiefs came out the halftime of the New York Giants game, they look like the Chiefs. They've got Xavier Worthy back, and now Juju and them doing TikTok moves in the end zone. What the hell? But congratulations to the Dolphins. They get the dub tonight. The Miami Dolphins. They get the dub tonight. They get it. The dub. All right. Now look at this one right here. This is Miami Dolphins game.
Jump ball.
That's why you
Garrett
do.
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Touchdown.
The young man is absolutely sensational. We'll see if he gets his feet in.
Garrett Wilson.
Ridiculous.
Just give him the chance, man.
They got
Douglas again on the coverage.
What are we doing?
Ball, does he have control of it? It's still moving, One hand. Left foot was inside the paint. Let's take another look here.
It's that left foot.
Doesn't have control initially. Douglas is doing his best to pry it loose.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
That is a ridiculous catch.
That's one of the best individual efforts. I mean, Douglas, again.
Crowding the line here. They do bring pressure. Fields launching to the end zone.
Win this team's right here. After that amazing catch, the Jets still wind up on the winless team list right there. Right there with the rest of them. Winless teams. They don't have a win. And they don't have a winless. Don't have a win anywhere, a bone in their body. So on to the next one. Our second game, Bengals taking a trip to the Broncos. Game 2. Dang. And I actually watched this game. I was sitting here and I was like,
again, jump ball. Garrett Wilson.
It didn't come with that.
Touchdown.
The game didn't come with that. That game came with one drive. And you know what? Like I said, that game came with one drive. And that was it. After that drive, all right, after that one drive, that was all she wrote. And folks, I honestly don't know where the offense went. Like the offense vanished. It was a suspense thriller. Somebody find the Cincinnati Bengals defense yet? Did they find the offense? Because they actually forgot that they were playing football tonight. All right. All right. Game 2. Cincinnati Bengals. 2-1 on the road. Denver Broncos 1-2. Broncos win 28-3 over the Bengals. Yeah, that's a blowout in prime time. Prime time 2. Game 2. Denver performance, balanced offense. Plus, note to self. Bengals offense was limited without Joe Burrow. They couldn't get do their worst. And they did it. Sean Payton put a plan together and he ran the ball. What in fact, I had it over here. Hold on. We gotta go back over here to the X. Hold on. Go back to X, guys. All right. Listen, this guy. All right. Anyway, where we got? The early stretch, Denver came out with confidence on their drive. After drive, they pushed with the tempo. Now, mid-game, Cincy went flat. They couldn't string anything together. The defense couldn't slow Denver's running past mix. The clutch moment, the Broncos buried it in the second half, that 20 strength, and forced tons of mistakes because all you heard was flag, 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 flag. That's all you heard that night was flag. All right. Now, this is the first drive of the game. This is from the first drive of the game when it gets up. It was 3-0 Cincinnati at the beginning of the game. Okay. After this 3-0 drive, there was nothing from Cincinnati at all. You can't make it up. You literally cannot make this up. There was nobody home after the first drive. I think they all went. Y'all, they kept showing them. I got the. We're gonna get through. We're gonna get through them, champ. Don't worry. So now Denver looks dangerous when they're clicking. That wasn't a fluke. Dominance across all three phases. Now I ain't gonna lie. Cincinnati started the game coming out clicking. Cincinnati started the year 2-0. They didn't start off like they normally do. And the fact that you lost Joe Burrow is Cincinnati's fault. They have to have a game plan coming into these matches. They're not going to be like, no, you can't say no. They know exactly what they were doing. So when they stepped in, Cincinnati looked lost. Without their offense flowing, they're definitely vulnerable because that defense grew weary early. And it just was gashed, and Bo Nix ran. He got gaping holes. Um, it was a bad night. And then when you had injuries, they couldn't stop J.K. Dobbins. They couldn't stop Harvey. If it wouldn't have been for the drop from um, Darren Franklin, that probably would have went to the house because they got caught right in the middle, but he dropped it. So the Broncos just sent a message: don't sleep on them yet. And then with the Chargers losing to Jackson Dart, who got the start, oh, we got to get into that one next, guys. Oh my goodness, damn bars right there. But listen, right here, okay, watch. This is. I wonder if this is gonna be it. I think this is the beginning of it because I think this is the beginning of the end for right here, folks. After this, it's pretty much it.
Baby, flip it on.
I know.
Hair's getting to it. I think
So week four ends with two wildly different Monday night football games. One close, one a blowout. Miami validated their offseason moves and showed resilience. Denver might be the surprise team people sleep on. That beatdown of a good Bengal squad, that eyebrow raising Jets and Cincy each have season tumbling fast if they don't correct course. Listen, Darren Waller right here. Look, that you lose Tyreek, but you get this. So you know, it's not like Miami's losing any weapons or anything. All right, now, all right, this is man. They didn't have to stop the Bengals offense. The Bengals offense just went non-existent tonight. I'm sorry, there was actually no Bengals offense tonight. Let's see where we at. Where we at? What hold up. I know where to put them at, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. So, guys, I'm gonna call it the Denver's the sleeper of the year if they can replicate this level. There'll be a dark horse danger in the AFC. Miami's trajectory looks upward, especially if Waller stays sharp and turnovers stay in check. The Jets need a pivot fast. This 0-win start can spiral morals. Bengals need to settle in or risk being exposed. And sorry, they already are. They're pretty much exposed, guys. The cat's out the bag. Did you not watch the game we watched? I watched. I seen it. It was like, what is this? What happened? And this is the Broncos owners right here. They're happy. I mean, um, we got all right. Oh, Tyreek's agent right here. Good. We got some different news. Thank you, because Lord, I'm out
How are you
just to
holding
get
up?
a big news.
Well, I've been an agent for 37 years, and this is the first time I've rode in an ambulance with one of my clients from a game. Very traumatic experience. I thought I've seen it all, but definitely a very painful moment to be with Tyreek as he's ambulanced to the hospital. People forget football is, I mean, it's more than a game. It's a career for people. It's their livelihood, and it's their life. It's their health. And to see Tyreek in an ambulance racing to a hospital was really very painful.
How are his spirits?
Amazing. I can't tell you how impressed I am with his mental toughness, with his uplifting attitude. He's keeping a smile on his face, telling myself and his parents who were with me, that he's blessed to, be in the position that he's in. He was watching the game. He was cheering for his teammates. He was rooting the team on. He's handling a very tough situation the very best that you can.
We understand that it's a dislocated knee. What other information do you possibly have about what's going on?
Sure.
Damn.
So as we speak, he's at the hospital now. That's where I'm doing this Zoom with from the hospital. He's getting an MRI and a CT scan to determine the exact extent of the damage. Are there any torn ligaments? Is there torn cartilage? Are there any broken bones? To check on the blood flow, any, God forbid, nerve damage. All of this is getting checked out. I want to say that the Dolphins team doctor, John Uribe, is here. Team trainer, Kyle Johnston. They've just been exceptional. The Dolphins are taking good care of Tyreek. We don't know the extent of the injury, Josh. The team doctors have told me he dislocated his knee, which I think was apparent for everyone who watched the horrific play. But what that means and the extent of the damage and whether he'll need surgery, to what extent, all of that we should find out within the next couple hours.
What about you? Are you staying there overnight? How's your night looking?
Yeah, I'll stay here at least until Tyreek and his situation is situated. He's in good hands. He's got friends family here now. So he's well taken care of, and appreciate everyone's prayers and good wishes, and he'll get through this.
You have ours as well. You're the best in the business, Drew. We thank you so much for taking a couple minutes here and giving us an update.
You bet, Josh. Take care, man. I'll keep you posted.
All right. That's Tyreek's agent. That's Tyreek's agent talking about the man himself. Dislocated knee. Ooh, gotta be hurting, man. Oh, gotta. Ooh, I know it's in pain. At least you gotta win, my boy. Y'all gotta win. There it is. That face says it all. All right, there's no where the new stadium gonna be. Denver's getting a new stadium too, guys. So yeah, you can bet this. Oh yes. All right, but
you don't always control. No, and this is where, we're a long way from here because there's a lot of games to be played, but there's a certain mentality you have to play and draft players and acquire players to play in New York. It's different. And I know that. I coached there. Mm-hmm. And people told me the same thing. I played in Philly. I'm okay. Philly is strong as Philly. New York's a different. It's just different. Right. And people told me that. I said, then you figure it out. Mm-hmm. Right. And Aaron knows it. He played there. Right. He understands the mentality of it all. And he's got a team that will compete. He has a team that plays for him, but they got to play smart. I feel like they were getting closer than they did something to themselves.
That's like, I said this earlier. If you are a Jets fan, what are you feeling good about? Where are you finding hope?
Exactly.
Where are you finding
and also, when you look at the schedule and what they have coming up, where are you finding the hope there?
What are you
it's hard,
good about?
But you got to win a game.
If you're a Bengals fan, what are you feeling good about? That's a good question.
You want the players to feel the game. You want the coaching staff to feel the game. You want them to win a game so they know what that feels like. Because when you're 0-4, you know what that feels like every week?
Yeah, and no one wants to go run out there every week and get their head beat in. No.
Or feel embarrassed.
Right. If you over for a while, then you start to look at yourself differently.
I tell you what, 0-4 is.
And we heard what Cam Ward said in Tennessee. They 0-4. He said they look like boom.
And then he was like, "When's the last time this team won?"
The 0-4 start is worse, or is their worst start since 2020? 2020, the Jets' worst start. Damn, that's just not right. All right, hold on. Let's just get to this right here. They could have died on the hill like the Bengals, but they All right, now this one is, let's get to it. They're stuck in time right now. All right. They're still stuck in time right now, champ. All right, guys, hold up. We them buzz. while we get this up. While we get this up from you guys. The SVP up here. Let SVP for benching Sutton, because we probably all benched these guys in fantasy. Let us all think about it, guys. To the CSM365 breakdown. From y'all's Jay's perspective. MNF Blitz. All right. Anyway, pause for the cause, P for the D, hydration, all that good stuff, guys. Mm-hmm.
To grow, and I think part of growth is being accountable. In Cortland, this is where I tell ball game because I left you on the bench, and I will never make that mistake again. I want to tell you I am sorry I made that mistake. I have belief in you, and you will always be in my starting lineup. I learned my lesson, but I'm trying to grow right now and to just share with you publicly that I feel like a fool for doing what I did. But now I get to tell you I'm sorry. So that's me trying to be accountable to you.
Mr. Scott, I do appreciate it. It's hilarious because I heard somebody tell me that they lost because of me today in fantasy as I was running into the tunnel. So
that's too bad.
I appreciate the accountability, and I'm gonna make sure I'm holding up my end of the bargain moving forward throughout the season.
I know you will.
Gemini, my skin's dry but sticky from the heat. What here could help?
I see a light hydrating essence that'll be great.
Now this is legit.
I'm always frustrated if I'm losing, you know what I'm saying? But it's part of the game, man, sometimes your emotions take over. Sometimes it look like what it's not supposed to. But yeah, it happens.
Okay.
We're just talking about the possession, talking about what plays we can run, and how can we attack certain coverages and get our playmakers the ball.
One thing that Zach did say was that the fact that he loves the way he competes, no matter what the score is. Why has he not been able to compete on the scoreboard the past two games?
Tough to say, man. Honestly, we go out there and we lay eggs sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is like not like a good game. Like they just lost it. All right, go with it, guys. So anyway, this definitely ended on a wildly different note, especially Miami getting their offense back on a winning track. Mm-mm-mm. Cincinnati 14 with 0.74.
Not capitalizing on.
Mm-mm-mm. At least they're being honest about it, you know? Like they're just keeping it around. Because right now, they're. Oh, God, come on. And we're buff zone. Why we're in the buff zone, I don't know. I'm trying to get out of the buff zone. There we go. We're out of the buff zone, I guess. So, to end a beautiful mad week, we end with this. Let's and I'll get back to it.
Get the ball moving downfield so we can keep the play
going. So as Monday night ends, we end week 4. We finish the finale, but we remiss if we do not give you the rest of the week's action. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. This is this Dolphins 27, Jets rally back late 21. Decent game. It had the makings of something. He had a fight. There was some history. Joe No Cool, Jake Browning, the Browning guy. He was burnt because one drive and it's you know, I know people with fantasy numbers are mad. Let's just see what these numbers look like. Let me see let me just see what his numbers was tonight. Those numbers probably are horrible. Oh my God. Imagine those numbers. All right. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. First time I'm starting out horrible this time. Oh my God. Oh, Knicks went off tonight. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chase Brown had 10 points. Dang. All right. So I don't see nobody with it. Oh my goodness. This week right here, guys, in fantasy football, like I said, is one of those weeks where your team did not do good. They did not do good. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. Now, about him, unfortunately, I actually got one. Nope, I ain't seen nobody with Jamar Chase.
My skin's dry but sticky from the heat. What here could help?
I see a light hydrating essence that'll be great.
Now this is legit.
All right, Jamar Chase has 7 points. Somebody I know had him on a fantasy league. I knew somebody had him, and he only had 7.3 fantasy points tonight. So if you had a Jamar Chase, you definitely are mad because look at this. The Broncos receivers, Cortland Sutton, who probably was benched on a lot of leagues. These just
Well, I think we were.
the Bengals just laid an egg. It was ridiculous. But never mind that.
Did a great job. It's
Never mind that. It's just one of those. It's just one of those games, right? So that kicks off our finale to the week with 3, and that's Monday night.
move on. We still got to cut down on the penalties, but I'm excited where we're at.
I saw you go over to J.K. Dobbins and say,
And yes, I know they're happy. Miami, they're happy. Just to get some highlights before we go. But tonight, Miami Dolphins, they get their first win. Your first win. Congratulations, Miami. They get their first win tonight. And the Broncos, they turn around their season and beat the doors off of the Bengals, who couldn't even find a light switch to turn on anything except for the first drive. That was it. After the first drive, It was dry. It was non-existent. That was all she wrote. Now these are some of the highlights from this earlier game that we should have actually probably got besides, them giving us. But you know what it was? They were looking at the fact that it was 0-3 and 0-3, and they were like, oh, this is probably going to be boring. But it was better than the 2-1. What's going to be the argument? Because there wasn't nothing in this game that screamed anything. I mean, guys, it was horrible. And we had to sit through it. And here we are breaking it down for the review. And there's nothing to review because it's all about the Broncos. And the first game is actually the Jets and the Dolphins, who has 21-3. And it was Miami who scored first. It was Miami who pretty much had
Dolphins trying to pay off a long drive, and it's caught
back in the end zone. That was that Darren Waller touchdown.
The end zone.
Big plays. Good to have him back on the field.
He waited a long time for this, much earned, and
they fake it to Gordon too on the move and boops into the end zone for a touchdown. The second time run in the first half. They just need one. He's going to try to get to the edge. The edge is taken away, and now Fields reverses field, and he's got plenty of room. Justin Fields sprinting, makes the cut, another cut, all the way to the end zone. Holy. First and goal. Dolphins trying to quickly answer the electric touchdown by Fields. Achan eludes a tackler and scores. Miami does answer. Crowding the line here.
They didn't show it.
They do bring pressure. Fields launching to the end zone again. Jump ball. Garrett Wilson.
And that was it. That was it. The Dolphins held on and kept their foot on the neck. And Garrett Wilson definitely had a good game. Now, this is when I was reading the script, this is what I was talking about, the tools that the Jets have.
I checked Allstate first, saved
I
hundreds of my
don't know
car
why
insurance.
they don't
Unfortunately, I
utilize
didn't check to
this
see if
more.
anyone
Why
was
not
watching before
try
I
more?
stole cotton candy from a child.
Oh, this weekend, guys, we got Big Blue, Wisconsin.
Well, at least I checked Allstate
Game
first
day
and saved
Saturday.
hundreds.
You know we're going to be here for that. All right.
Maybe one-on-one
I don't
again.
know
Crowding the line
what
here.
happened here.
They do bring pressure. Fields launching to the end zone again. Jump ball.
We need more of
Wilson.
this.
Touchdown.
They need more of this.
Douglas again on the coverage. Ball, does he have control of it? It's still moving, One hand. Left foot was
You
inside
would
the
think
paint.
that the
Let's
way
take another look
this
here.
play
It's that left
transpired,
foot.
that
Doesn't have
could
control initially.
came back
Douglas is
and
doing
won
his best to
the game,
pry it
but
loose.
apparently
That's a
we
touchdown.
missed something.
Wilson off to the left.
So
We're going to try to run it in. That's easy as Justin Fields walks in.
that was an Achan touchdown that pretty much put the game away. Tyreek Hill injury, and then that right there. So the Dolphins are a game. They're behind us. The Patriots,
Big plays. Good to have
New
him back
England
on the
Patriots.
field.
Right,
he waited a long time for this, much earned, and there should be more in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Here's Tua over the victory over the Jets right here. See what Tua is. The Jets are at the bottom of the division over for
Gemini, my
not
skin's
a
dry
pretty
but
good
sticky
place
from
to
the
be,
heat.
y'all.
What here could help?
I see a light hydrating essence that'll be great.
Now this is legit.
Tua Tagovailoa, this team entered the game 0-3. You come out with a victory. All three
Good
facets
Greg,
dominated
Josh
the Jets today.
Luke.
Your impression and take on the game.
Griggs.
First and foremost, all glory belongs to God. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Just want to thank him for this victory for us. keeping us safe for the most part. My prayers go out to all the guys that got injured tonight. My boy Tyreek. It was a team win. That's all it was. That's all I could say about this. It was hard fought to the end. And yeah, just wanted to make sure that I glorified my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
A lot of noise on the outside this week, but you guys kept it internal, kept it focused on the goal. Your message as you move forward with a game next week, playing a one where you can win and you guys can get back on this field and get another W.
We're still looking to stack these wins in a win column. This is one of them. We can learn a lot still from this game, but we'll enjoy this tonight.
Tua, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
All right. You already said they're gonna stack these wins tonight. They're gonna learn from it, and they're gonna continue to move forward. Now, with that being said, Tyreek Hill injured. Now we're gonna see how they're gonna fare with that. They have weapons. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see what they do. Without Tyreek. And is it time to get rid of Tyreek? Now let's not watch these highlights here. Watch these highlights as we get ready for this one. This one was easy to watch. This is easy. This one right here is easy. Ready? All right. Okay, where do we want to start? All right, here he goes right here. Let's start with this one. This is where we're going with this. Oh, get my little bugger rats. Now look, man. Not gonna lie. If I was Jamar Chase, the amount of money you get paid, just throw the ball up. Just give the man a chance. They didn't even try it. Oh, and there was one more good play that the Bengals did. They had an interception. They had an interception in the end zone on Bo Nix. That was it. I'm trying to think of anything else. That was it.
Jim Cohen has got this team cooking right now. They got a win in San Francisco, and let's.
I mean, look. Where are we at, man? Where?
Got this team cooking right now. They got a win in San Francisco, and let's roll it back and watch Chase and Zach Taylor talk.
Yeah, this was at the end of that third down play. Chase came off the field, and he went right over to Zach Taylor, was pleading to him about something.
Just throw me the ball is what he's probably telling him. Throw the ball up. So, like I said, when you have, here we go. There we go. We know we gotta get good stuff. Here we go. That man is
Gemini,
broke,
my skin's dry but sticky from the heat. What here could help?
I see a light hydrating essence that'll be great.
Now this is legit.
Really has some frustration. I'm not even a fan, and I'm frustrated for
I'm
him.
always frustrated if I'm losing. You know what I'm saying? But it's part of the game, man. You know, sometimes the emotions take over. Sometimes it look like what it's not supposed to. But yeah, it happens.
You saw that you and Zach had a candid interaction after one drive. What did you want to convey to him as you came off the field?
We're just talking about the possession, talking about what plays we can run, and how can we attack certain coverages and get our playmakers the ball.
One thing that Zach did say was that the fact that he loves what he compete, no matter what the score is. Why has he not been able to compete on the score for the past two games?
Yeah, sometimes.
They go out there and they egg sometimes. I'm gonna let him finish. I'm gonna let him finish first.
Knowing not capitalizing on the down opportunities. Second and third and 1, 3rd and 2. We got to capitalize on those. Get moving downfield so we can keep the play going.
Do you think there's enough urgency in this team?
Urgency's there, man. It's just we gotta want it. At the end of the day, we gotta want it. Today it didn't look like want it.
Do you think you're targeted enough?
How many targets I had today?
6.
It's usually 6 to 8.
All right. Now he said sometimes we let egg. What happened last week? Did you lay an egg last week? Usually 6 to 8. You were targeted this time, and you only had 5 receptions. Let me show. What was it? It was then what? Wait, let me see. What was it? Hold on. Wait, let me tell you what it was. It was.
Gemini, my skin's dry but sticky from the heat. What?
It was 5 receptions. Yep. So targeted 6 times, 5 receptions.
Well, I think we were able to move the ball early. We got some points. Defense did a great job. It's
Defense did a great job. Bo Nick said what? Defense did a great job. I'm not going to argue with the guy.
Really fun to play when your defense gives up 3 points, and so a lot to improve on. Still got to cut down on the penalties, but I'm excited where we're at.
I saw you go over to J.K. Dobbins and say, "We did it! You got a 100-yard rusher." Just why was that so important?
Well, it's because we haven't had one in a while, but he ran the ball great tonight. I mean, from my perspective, he does a great job of just getting in and out of breaks. He gets the tough yards. He's a really tough running back, hard to bring down. Gets through the gap of the offense pretty good, and then he's hard to tackle. So I'm just proud of him. He's worked really hard since getting here, and he's really showing those guys the way. And RJ had a great night tonight, too.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much. Go Broncos.
He asked him, "You have a sense of urgency?" Yes, there's a sense of urgency. There was a sense of urgency. Tonight, there was no offense from
A baseball
this
dad.
team.
Just because I didn't go.
Look, let's just pull up team stats. I'm going to not harp on it too long. I'm going to just hit it in. Look at these team stats. Okay. No sacks. Nick Bonito, 1.5 sack. Higgins, 32 receiving yards. 10 tackles from Stone. Chase Brown had 40 yards. Jay Browning had 125 yards passing. Bo Nix went clean off. And J.K. Dobbins had 101 yards rushing on 16 carries. They had 2 third down conversions out of 11 times. 2 and 11. And there was you guys don't, you mean to tell me you don't think you need a quarterback? This, 125 yards. 9 first downs. They had 29 first downs. We're going to leave these people alone. Monday Night Blitz, ladies and gentlemen. It's CSM365, the Breakdown Podcast. We have seen a team get whooped and beat and just downright whooped and beat on. That would be the Cincinnati Bengals. We had a lot of blowouts this week. We'll get to those on the next show. That will be the next show coming up. But tonight, on his double hitter, the Jets, they 0-4. They haven't won. The Dolphins, they get their first win. It comes at a cost that they don't pay for because they lose Tyreek Hill. But they gain Darren Waller. The Bengals, they have so many questions and eternal problems. You start out 2-0. You fall 2-1. Now you're 2-2. And you got more questions than answers because that offense is not supposed to only supply you with 3 points. You killed your defense. Penalties took over. The Broncos, they are a team that can rival the best. They probably can hang with the Chiefs, the Bills, the Colts. Well, we've seen them hang with the Colts, and it came down to a penalty. They don't like to talk about it, but that's what happens. And we've seen them hang with the Chargers. And the Chargers lose to Jackson Dart, who got the start. This is a good opportunity for the Bengals to look in the mirror and say, you know what? We need to go out and get a cornerback ASAP. No offense to Browning, but you're not that answer. There was no turnaround. There was no halftime correction. There was no fixing the problem. What were we doing out there? Nothing. The New York Jets, I think you need to really realize that stunning on the sideline in Tampa, move on past it. You had an opportunity to get back in the game, to get the first win against a rival, to get your swag up, to get your charisma back. There's no moral victories. No moral victories. However, there is an opportunity for you to take away the fact that you got back into the game versus the other people that we're looking at who only had one drive. One drive. And then the second drive ended. They even had a turnover, and they couldn't do nothing with the turnover. The ball was given to you, and you still couldn't even capitalize on the turnover. So NFL, I'm gonna need you to realize that we don't want you to do this again. You could have gave us the 0-3 teams for the game. It would have made for better suspense. It honestly would, because it was a more intense game than watching the Broncos run the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. There was a time Sean Payton said, "You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run the ball." And he ran it 4 straight times. There wasn't nothing they could do. Then he passed it. 20-yard bomb touchdown. Cortland Sutton. After that, there wasn't nothing else to do. Then he did the in and around to Mims, and it was in the end zone. Then he ran the ball some more. So where was the Cincinnati Bengals offense? They ran it only to run nowhere. They threw it only to come up short and get penalized and take the back pedal. They were doing more backpedaling and making up for it. And when we did see Jamar Chase was making up for the penalty yards. So damn, if Monday night did not give us a blitz, it's on us back. Because Cincinnati tomorrow morning, along with Tyreek Hill, we're going to pray for y'all. We're going to definitely do a lot of prayers for y'all, because there's more. The New York Jets are in a better position. And if you pay attention, look at what the New York Giants did when they started Jackson Dart. Hell, the Saints, you come up here, Saints. We're not done with you. You people had a chance to do something that you knew you probably couldn't do, but you did it anyway. You went up there and you started punching on Buffalo, and you had a chance. But damn, you gave up. You looked all right. 49ers fans, you guys had a chance. You started like the Jets slow. At least you got back in it, but Jacksonville is not to be playing with. Ravens fans, oh God. I heard somebody say that Lamar faked the hammy because it was getting blown out. And no, stop it. Lamar, I don't think he faked the hamstring. I'm telling you, I'm just letting you know. The Chiefs are back. It might be a new era in Big Blue. Dallas ties with Green Bay. The game had to go on, so they didn't want it to end, so they let them finish with a tie. That's the narrative we're running with. So Sunday Night Football, Micah Parsons, wreck shop against the Detroit Lions, who are on a heater, plays a Dallas team who couldn't stop Russell Wilson, 450 plus yards. And now, so week 4 was one of those weeks where you had have Micah Parsons saving the one touchdown that keeps Dallas from winning. And the answer is not double overtime. No, 40-40 tie. And there's it. The Chiefs are back and they beat destruction. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers take a walk on the plank because the Eagles flew in and Eagles fly, and upset the Buccaneers to break the mojo curse that they had over them. And Atlanta beat no Jaden Daniels Commanders after Atlanta was shut out last week. And then Carolina just gave up the ghost to the Patriots, who play like they're actually a football team. So this week actually was a good week of football, minus all the other stuff. That and also don't forget that we had the Dublin game. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, the longest touchdown to date right now, and they get the win after Carson Wentz does the Carson Wentz thing, and damn near pulls off the comeback. So we had a lot of close calls, a lot of comeback calls, but a lot of no calls. We had a lot of those, but not a lot of the guys. Make sure. Let me put this. That's all right. Now, which one I gotta remove? I gotta remove one of them, right? All right, remove this one. All right. So, with the quick sec, we have now moved on to week 4. And we're now moved on from week 4, pardon me. And we're headed to week 5. Week 6 in college. Oh, tomorrow we get the top 25. Oh my goodness. We get the top 25 tomorrow. And we'll see what everybody is going to say about the top 25. But the double hitter Monday tonight, the Dolphins and Jets, Bengals and Broncos, definitely was one that was decent, except for the second one. And that will conclude week 4. That will conclude the CSM365 Monday Night Blitz. The breakdown review week 4. I'm your host, Jay's Perspective. Thank you for that. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Hey, hold on, let me show y'all. I mean, before we go, This is the one. Follow us on YouTube at Clutch Sports Media 365. Rumble. Even if you're on Rumble, you know here. X at Clutch SM365. TikTok at CSM365 Breakdown. And IG at CSM365 Breakdown as well. Facebook at Jada Perspective. Jada Breakdown something because it's Jay's perspective, but Jada Perspective. Keep it simple. And for donations, anything at Clutch Sports Media 365 at PayPal. And this is a CSM 365, the breakdown. Clutch Sports Media 365, the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everyone. I will see you tomorrow for the Tuesday show. Thank you for tuning in and welcome. And we're out of here. Oh, we're being here with the Patriot Blitz. That's what we're going to be back with the Patriot Blitz. So stay tuned for that. All right, folks.